What is going on, everybody? We are back once again. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and jumping right back into competitive constructed with Jeskai control. 3 wins in, going for win number 4. This is the 5th round. We did combine 2 rounds in the last video, since our round 3 opponent didn't really feel like playing that much Magic. Kind of was scooping to any little hiccup in their game plan. On the draw, this hand's a little risky, but I think it's right on the borderline of keeping, which is what I say about every bad keep. The Steam Vents means our lands will all come into play untapped, so anything we draw into... Alright, we're going to look like a genius here. If this is a control mirror of some kind. Their best play here is, of course, turn to Azcanta, which they shocked, so I'm guessing they're going to do that? No. Wow, okay. Maybe they just have like a that 2-mana draw spell. Nope, opt. Okay. Looks like we could be against the Drake's deck again, although this one's splashing white or something. Alright, Ionize is a solid draw here. We've learned some lessons playing against these Drake decks that hopefully will help us this round. Oh, okay. So they're on the Wafotapa version of this deck. Interesting. This is a strange one by them. Just jamming Teferi here. That's not very disciplined. Looks like they're missing the first land drop here. So I think our next line, aside from countering their planeswalkers and stuff, is to look for an opportunity to end of turn explosion them. Try to draw some cards. Ideally we'll do that when we have planeswalker in hand. Sideboarding here should be fairly easy. We only have 1 counter. I think we can't burn it on search, even though this card is insanely good. Mission Briefing is a solid draw here. It gives us access to a second Ionize, which is nice. So I think end of turn here. I don't know, maybe we wait. Explosion for 4 would be very nice. Even though we discard, we get to discard cards that I think are not going to do anything in this matchup. So they're going for the Teferi again. Oh. I think we want to set up our draw here, so let's use Mission Briefing. Because it would be nice to like draw our own Teferi here. Nope. That's 2 Teferis down though. Yep. Alright. This is going to be tough now. So we have 4 dead cards. I have to imagine they have a lot of dead cards too. Alright, they're opting on their turn. They could have done this on upkeep if they wanted to flip their search, or done it on the end of turn. Oh, I guess they just drew it. That must be their reason. No reason to panic yet. The Azcanta flipping is somewhat panic-worthy. The way that our opponent's playing, I like our chances in games 2 and 3 if we lose this one. Jeez. So we have effectively a 3-card hand here. They were looking for any excuse to find an opening to fire this off, but I really don't want to do it until we have something to follow up with on our turn. Because it's just too easy for them to have a counter, and then we have no punish. Right. At least we hit land. Which means no discarding. Eventually we're going to hit like a Chemister's Insight. And we'll get to plow through some of these dead cards. Interesting they're not even activating their Azcanta to try to like dig to a Teferi or something. Maybe they're worried about discarding though. See, if I had one in play, I would for sure be activating it, because like the hand just can't. It's just better to discard this bad stuff, right? You want to craft a hand full of interactive cards in the matchup. Alright, so I guess they're not that worried about discarding. They're just cracking Memorial for 2 cards. Which is going to make the... Maybe they don't know that this can get Planeswalkers. I mean, maybe they're very new to the deck. Chemister's Insight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Alright, let's see what they discard here. More insights. So I think our plan here is to Ionize. They'll likely counter back. And then hope that we can explode it. Ooh. Well, we can't really let it resolve. They have another counter here. Yeah. Our 0 card hand doesn't help us. And we really need to just like top deck Teferi to minus this Rao. But I think we probably lost from here. Because I don't think we're gonna... Like we're even dead to another counter spell here. Divination's the first step. It's a step. Okay. Chemister's in sight. They're gonna get to Ral again. So this one's probably lost, but we'll play it out because it is competitive constructed. There's like prizes on the line. And our opponent could fumble here. Slash, we have 2 turns to find an answer to this and stick it, which is a lot to ask, but it's possible. Maybe they'll fight over this, which improves our chances of resolving something next turn. Okay. Alright. So expansion sort of does it. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm thinking about like a reality where this maybe just kills them, slash kills the Rao. Niv Mizzet resolves. End of your turn. Just a strike Niv Mizzet. Okay. Alright, Teferi is good. And we have expansion as also a counterspell here to protect Teferi, potentially. Second Teferi is good. I don't think our opponent has activated their Azcanta, the Sunken Runes, once this game. Feels like they could have snowballed against our hand pretty hard. Sinister Sabotage. Alright. Another step in the right direction here. That's 2 of our 3 expansions down. Ooh. Did they do that in our combat step? They did. That's pretty good for us. Get to see one more card. Syncopate's like a medium minus draw here. Syncopate for 5 is not so good. I think we do have to be wary of their own expansion explosion. Try to keep some mana up to counter that. So that's why I didn't do the Chemister's Insight there at the end of that turn. Didn't want them to just like fire off an enormous explosion on us. Alright, so they're keeping their streak of not activating their Azcanta alive. Which is interesting. Like, they could have just gone for a Ral there. They're shocking. I guess the life doesn't matter. So here I have enough mana that I will use Insight. Knowing that they have Niv Mizzet, potentially another, these Cleansing Novas do have some value then. Alright, so let's just keep putting the pressure on them. They're not going to beat an ultimate Teferi. Looks like they decided they wanted to stop drawing entirely. They might be worried about decking themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're 1 land away from just explosioning them out. And their deck, so we can explosion their life total or their deck here. I think we got this one. We have Syncopate and Expansion to protect this Teferi. Could they have like an Ixalan Binding here or something? Oh, looks like they're going for another Niv Mizzet. No, their own Teferi. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't expansion the Syncopate. Let's just draw first and see if we hit something else. So if Teferi resolves, they need to have exactly Alright, I'm just going to expansion this. It feels bad knowing this is lethal, but I'm just worried about them having something actually good. And I know we can win off Teferi. Oh, that's awkward. We have 2 more Teferis in the deck, too. Alright. So we have Negate and Ionize to protect us from an explosion. Want that. Yeah, so Explosion's the thing I'm most afraid of now. I think I can win off this emblem fairly easily. Oh, hey, our opponent woke up here. Alright, so we'll discard a land. Cool. Remove all their lands. Yeah, just keep doing this. Once we get rid of all the blue, they can't win. We're actually just going to discard the Lightning Strike, because I'd rather have the mana to make a bigger Syncopate if I need to. Just want to see how many expansions we've seen from them. 1. Just the 1. Oh, I think I removed 1. No, I didn't. Huh. It seems very possible to take that one more, so I'm just playing very cautiously here. Until we get all this blue out of their mana pool. Well, let's see. If we play Teferi... no, I just want to make sure we have the biggest Syncopate possible. We have plenty of cards left. Oh, they ripped another blue source. Oh, we are going to be forced to start playing these Teferis now. Drawing another Ionize just would be sick, though. I wonder if they know how this endgame works. More importantly, I wonder if I know how this endgame works. Go for it. Yep. We're not going to win through life totals. They've only got 4 cards left, 3 cards left. Okay. So if you haven't seen this, this is how this works. Our deck is empty. Teferi puts itself back. Alright. So we demonstrated that we knew the loop. And we had enough counter magic. Alright, so we won that game 1. I'm glad we didn't give it up. Strokes, Negates, Nezahals, Row. Binding. Out Lightning Strike. Out Clarion. And we know that they have Niv Mizzet, so I do like keeping in these Novas, so I think there's no out Divination. I want answers to their creatures. And just go like that. There's a chance they bring out the Lyras, I don't know. So we'll leave the one Essence Scatter in. Maybe it's better to take out the Essence Scatter for the last Nova. Because Nova also catches their own bindings and Conclave Tribunals and whatever kind of enchantment removal they might bring in. As long as they're not jamming like, well, even if they are jamming like some turn 3 Goblin, at least we have the Essence Scatter for it. Drawing lands is fine. We do need to draw some action, some interaction. Alright, no Goblin. Let's rep the 3-mana counterspell here, and then the subsequent turns we'll start putting into play tapped. It's extra shock lands. One Banefire on the side would be nice. Alright, so if they go for Teferi or Ral here, we get to follow up with our own. Not the end of the world. Except they have end of turn draw 2 here. Nope, they decide not to do it. Alright, so let's represent 2 counterspells here. And then next turn we can play the Sacred Foundry tap depending on what they do. Alright, so they're giving us plenty of time to draw into answers. I have not seen what the revitalized build of this has in the sideboard, but the fact that they kept them in concerns me that maybe they don't have too much. It feels like this is like a very medium card in this matchup. We're going to take our time, be patient. It worked out for us game 1. It seems to work out in general in these mirrors. Another Teferi is nice. Look at all these damn dual lands. Have they missed a land drop? No. Yeah, we're even on hand. Second Ionize is a huge draw here. We're finally getting the counterspells that we've been representing. Now we just need like Chemister's Insight or something. Nope, third Ionize is good too. I'm kind of hoping they go for something on their turn. Thinking maybe they have enough. Because as it stands now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have double counterspell to go with our planeswalkers. And looks like we're going to discard a Cleansing Nova. No, I think we're going to discard Essence Scatter because Nova answers both pretty cleanly. And there's a chance they took the Lyras out. They most certainly did not take Niv Mizzet out. Crackling Drake. Alright. Let's have a fight over Crackling Drakes. I wonder if they brought those in, because we saw their entire deck last game. If we draw land here, I was going to say, if we draw land here, there's a very good chance that we get to resolve a Planeswalker. And perhaps we should still try, or should have... let's think about this. Yeah, let's still try. Because at the very least, we're going to keep them from using Insight then. And if their punish is not a Planeswalker, then we have Cleansing Nova to clean it up. Expansion. So this could have been a mistake, but we missed the land drop. We're trading 3 for 3 on cards. So they get to do a little fixing here. It looks like whatever was on top they're keeping. It's Niv Mizzet. So we're kind of hoping they don't have an answer to this, and that they're just going to kind of tap out to use mana and cycle a bunch. That's what we're kind of hoping. Yep. Yeah, alright, cool. We're going to take some damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not quite in it. This is going to put us very close to expansion range. Or explosion. But we're going to get to end the turn with Teferi in play. Okay. Battling through Niv Mizzets today. A lot of the decks that we just like straight up lost to we just like straight up lost to these black-green decks, like trying to play other decks. Like, I wonder if we had run this same gauntlet with like the Grixis deck, if we would have performed a lot better. It'll be interesting to see the Star City game stuff this weekend. How these decks perform. Okay, so. Oh, wow. Not what I was expecting. I guess we're just gonna go double Planeswalker here. Teferi away your Teferi. Ral away the token. This is a little bit of a tough one. So we're hoping to fade like a big tap out for Niv Mizzet here. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yuck. Looks like we're losing this one. Unless we have like Nezahal on top. Alright, I think we should actually mission briefing here. Oh crap. Just as I did that, I realized that's not a great idea. But this is actually good. Explosion's a really nice draw here. Ooh. I guess we're kind of forced to use it on the Drake. So the question is how much do we do it for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, so we can do it for up to 8. So if we do it for exactly 4, that leaves us with 4 mana left. Oh, and I have to target myself. Okay. Get to plus. Wow, double negate is sick. Get to route the token. And we get to untap. This is going to be really tight. This is a big problem here. But luckily we get to see a bunch of cards next turn. Now I wonder if they're just going to play Teferi. They are. Right? Oh, they're opting. So they don't actually have it. Please put this Teferi in the graveyard. Nice. So they don't have enough for a lethal explosion, which maybe that's what they're wondering. Is it worth it to expansion or try to explosion? But they do. They don't. They have enough when they all untap, but they don't have enough tapped out or partially tapped. Ugh. They did have Legion of War Boss. Okay. So it looks like we definitely want the third Wrath here. Luckily, both Planeswalkers survive. Alright, so they have quite a lot of creatures post-board. We know we're definitely drawing. Ooh, Nezahal's like kind of a thing. This guy's only at 7. We take Search. Need to untap some lands. Sorry, I'm not talking so much because this is like I'm really trying to think. So if they want to pick off a Planeswalker, they need to attack with the War Boss. Oh no. Wait, did I miscalculate this? Shit. Yeah, the Rowl's like huge here. This thing doesn't have hexproof. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gotta be big enough. No, I think I just have to let this happen. And they either send at my face or send at the Planeswalkers. Either way, I have a couple turns here. Either way, I have exactly 2 turns. I wonder if they'll play around Settle the Wreckage at all here. Alright, so they've decided not to play around Settle, which is correct in this instance. Oh, they even got to hit us there. Rough. If they just put us on having absolutely nothing to protect a Planeswalker there and went for it, I probably would have assigned an extra 2 to a Planeswalker to make sure that they got off the board. That's not good enough. None of these are good enough. Alright, so we Chemisters here. This is probably the stage of the game where we scoop. Yeah. Alright, we just lose. Alright, so let's go to game 3 and we'll bring in our 3rd Wrath. And maybe even bring in some of the Clarions. This is tough. This is a really hard matchup. We just keep getting blown out by these like threats. The Nezahals are probably not good here. Maybe just one. One Nova. Do it like this. Yeah, we'll do it like this and just pray that we kind of broke the seal of that game. We missed the first land drop. We tried to get cute and they just overloaded us on Planeswalkers and threats. So it looks like they have like a transformational sideboard here. And I'm so like down. This is probably not a keep. We have no answer at all to like a Beach and War boss or a History of Benalia. This is probably a bad keep, but these games are so tilting. They're so long, and they just like feel like there's no. I don't know. I just feel like I have no control against these Niv Mizzets. Like they just go like history here. Ugh. I guess this plan was like considered not good before the new set. I guess this plan gets a lot better because like we're taking settles out. The removal's a little bit worse. There's no fumigates anymore. Wow, what is their deck? They just do like the full 15 slide in, like Tajiks and Histories. So we need to find exactly Wrath here. We're probably just dead. So we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're basically going to dead next turn. Yeah. Oh, we kept bad. We kept a really bad one. Big mistake. We should have just mulliganed to any piece of interaction. No, this one's on me. 100%. It was such like a tilt keep. Let's have Disdainful Stroke here. Yeah, we lost. These Niv Mizzet, I mean this obviously is like such overkill to win the mirror, but these Niv Mizzet matchups have felt like I feel so lucky that we won the first one, as I just feel absolutely miserable when you're not playing with them. We'll have to go to this style of deck if Black Green is gone. Like Black Green just appears to be gone. We didn't play against it a single time in 5 rounds. Yeah. We also just kept bad here. But honestly, Deafening Clarion wouldn't have been good. Wrath would have been good. If we had any of the Novas in the top 16, that would have been good. We probably should have mulliganed far more aggressively to like Syncopates and stuff that would have interacted with their early game. Classic bad keep. I'm very bad at mulliganing. Alright, so let's claim our prizes. Ooh. One step closer to the meme. Another card for the vault. Alright, so that was it. I think we misplayed quite badly in a couple places this run. We gotta look at builds that have Niv Mizzet because it seems impossible to beat in these kind of mirror matches, and that's pretty much what we played that 3 out of the 5 rounds here, and we only won 1 of them, so it feels like we're quite disadvantaged. So yeah, that's it for this run. We'll be back again soon with more competitive constructed and more new decks. So thanks everyone.